The best beer store in the West, with 2 stores at Shop 2, number 13, Adelphi Boulevard, Point Cook, and 78 Pierce Street, Altona. Hopheads offers one of the widest selection of local and international craft beer in Victoria. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at HopheadsAU. Hopheads, we're here for beer.
George's on Vista is the local bistro at Fraser Rise in Caroline Springs, situated at the George Cross Soccer Club at City Vista Reserve. With the current COVID-19 pandemic, we've adjusted our menu and our business times. You can now get takeaway Friday and Saturday nights between 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. You can phone your order through on 7021 0555 Friday and Saturday nights between those times, or you can pre-order your meals by emailing info@georgiesonvista.com.au. But orders must be received by 5 p.m. on the day required. Check out our full menu and weekly specials on our website, georgiesonvista.com.au. Get behind local business and order your next takeaway dinner from George's on Vista, 46 City Vista Court, Fraser Rise, in the heart of Caroline Springs.
Good evening and a very warm welcome to you. Good evening, one and all. Welcome back, we should say, to the Football Out West show. And it's the Hopheads Football IQ-Quiz tonight. And it is going to be match day 9. An awesome tie. First quarterfinal clash tonight between the Gospic Bears and Barwon Soccer Club from down Geelong way. It's going to be an absolutely awesome night tonight. Cannot wait. And bringing you all the attention, all the excitement, all the fanfare. Two of my favourite people in the world, Steve Curtin and Craig Filer. Gentlemen, how are we tonight? Good to see you both.
Good evening, gents. Good evening, Steve. Good evening, Tonch. It feels like an eternity since we last spoke to one another. In fact, it was just a week ago, but it does feel a long time ago. How are we, gents?
Very good, mate. We were just saying, Steve and I, off air, when we're with the A-League finals in particular, we were virtually on every second night and sometimes on 2 or 3 nights in a row. And now we've had a break. I actually am missing you guys a little bit, just a wee little bit.
Well, I had to talk to my missus for 4 nights.
It's like a second honeymoon for you, Craig.
Absolutely, yeah, not quite.
Hey, what about yourself? How's the last week been for you, my friend?
Yeah, doing well, mate. There's still the exciting things going on at the moment. Just been getting out for a jog and looking forward to getting the car service tomorrow. So just all the exciting stuff going on here. And we've got the Socceroos gear on tonight because we did have the launch of the new Australia kit a little bit earlier tonight. So it was good of the launch to take place, not clashing with our show as they clashed with the Johnny Warren medal last week. They've taken note that it's going to hurt their rating. So they've
absolutely
placed that one a bit early. And Craig, you're looking sharp as well, mate. You auditioning for an episode of Peaky Blinders, perhaps?
Peaky Blinders, mate. Tonchy, that tickled Tonchy. Look at him. Like a little kid in a sweet shop there. Like that, do you?
Do your best Birmingham accent, can you?
My best what?
Birmingham accent.
Private Heighties and June Sword. How's it going? Do all right there, kid? Is that your West Bromwich District Building Society? Anyway, you guys have got some good news. You can do what you want after 12 o'clock tonight, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, that was last night.
Last night, was it? Yeah.
Last night, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. There's still restrictions and limitations, and I'm just reading. There's going to be major. Look, we'll be lucky. We'll be lucky if things go back to normal by 2022. I reckon there'll still be restrictions, limitations, what you're not. So yeah, but it is. It's hopefully heading in the right direction. So. With that in mind, obviously, there's also been all sorts of news happening lately, and we're going to get straight into it. So, guys, if you just want to step away for the time being, and we're going to get straight into the news desk. Folks, don't go away. It's episode 42. Big shout-out to our sponsor, the George Cross Football Club. who have been amazing this year. Big shout out to Lisa, Mark, Sultana, and the gang up there, and to all the Georgie's members and fans that regularly tune into our show. They have been absolutely fantastic. And also Hopheads as well in Altona and Point Cook, soon to be Yarraville. Don't go away, folks. It's time for the news desk coming right up.
Good evening. It's Thursday, the 17th of September 2020. Now, it would be remiss to not start the show mentioning the AAFC news that the official 30-club advisory panel for a potential national second division for Australian football has been named this week by the Association of Australian Football Clubs, with 9 Victorian NPL clubs part of the partner group for the championship, which is the working title. And as you can see on the screen there, those Victorian clubs include Avondale, Bentley Greens, Caroline Springs, George Cross FC, Bulleen Lions, Heidelberg United, Hume City, Melbourne Knights, Preston Lions, and South Melbourne. Victoria is the most represented club on the 30-club panel there, with other breakdowns, I suppose you call it. ACT has 1, Northern New South Wales 1, New South Wales 6, Queensland 5, South Australia 5, Tasmania 1, and WA 1. There is no NT representative as yet. There will be further clubs added to that working group. We've been advised which perhaps the Sunshine Coast is one that will be added soon. And just to avoid any confusion there, this is no reference to the clubs that would actually participate in a national second division. This is merely just a advisory group to provide information as to a club point of view, how it should operate.
Yeah, it's interesting. 9 clubs from Victoria. It was. I think it was always going to be the case that there was going to be a very strong New South Wales and Victoria contingent in there, Steve. But any surprises?
No, I mean, it's good to see the old NSL clubs, I suppose, in there, particularly the big ones like your Knights and South Melbourne, and then of course Heidelberg United, and then and then going down to clubs like Caroline Springs, George Cross featuring on there, which is good. We've spoken to Mark Sultana about that recently, and you've got some clubs there, former, I guess Preston Lions. It would be remiss not to mention them as well. They're former NSL club as well, and former A-League club as well, Gold Coast United on there too. So. There's a real mix there. Any surprises for you?
Yeah, no Green Gully.
Yeah, true, mate. True. I thought. I thought they would be on there.
Yeah, no Green Gully, no Oakley Cannons.
Yeah, but as you said, Steve, let's be honest and say these are the clubs that are actually. I think they actually might be putting a little bit of finance into a report or a consultant or whatever the case may be. But these are not the clubs that are actually going to form that. You know, they will form the criteria, yes. They will form the, the working papers. And look, more than likely, if it's going to be a 14-team or a 16-team competition, probably the bulk of, if not all of the teams would come from this list. But there are other clubs out there as well that may well and truly be aiming for it, you know.
Well, that list there's got to be, I think it's 16 clubs, isn't it? 14 to 16 clubs. So, there's 14 clubs going to be taken off that list, so it'll be interesting to see where that comes from, but it's great to see, isn't it?
Absolutely. And one thing that they have said, promotion or relegation into the A-League will not happen immediately, and may take a few years for that to happen, but I think they're very, very keen at this early stage to have promotion and relegation at the other end into the various NPLs. So it's obviously going to have a flow-on effect onto all of the NPL competitions around Australia. How are they going to come up with the formula to, between the, 8 various NPL competitions, how are they going to form? They may have the, as they do now, the end of season tournament, and the winner of that and maybe the runner-up might then automatically get promoted. Either way, gents, I think this is a step in the right direction, and I'm genuinely excited about what the future may hold, at least for second-tier football here in Australia. I think this is brilliant.
Yeah, everything's got to start somewhere. It has to start somewhere in the fact that you've got 30 clubs from around Australia in different parts, all at the table talking about it is a massive plus, isn't it? Because it, certainly wouldn't have happened a year ago, and it just shows you, how far things have come in the last 6 to 8 months. So the fact that they're having these conversations can only be good for the future of the football.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving along, what else is happening, Steve?
All right, so as I alluded to earlier, the Australian kit has been released for the Socceroos and the Matildas a short time ago in a digital launch. Then you can see some images there of the home and the away jersey being modelled by some of our Socceroos and Matildas. The home jersey is a traditional Australian gold with a green polo collar. The green shorts are back to give the classic home kit look and is completed with gold socks. The away kit reintroduces the freshwater jersey, and yes, that is a shade of colour, presumably available from your local paint shop as well. Freshwater is also the colour of the socks, and deep obsidian is the colour of the shorts. And for everyone who doesn't know what that is, which includes me, that is a deep black or blackish green for the shorts. So there we go. And that away kit, that colour is a contemporary take on the 2004 Socceroos kit, which was the first official Nike kit released by Nike for the Socceroos, I think worn in the Olympics in Athens in that particular year as well, by our Ollie Roos.
Now let me ask Craig, what do you think of the tops?
I actually am very surprised that Michael Long isn't actually sporting one of those, and he's actually on the photo shoot. The serial pest, as I call him in my head, that every time I see him, he's posting photos of him with some football celebrity. So I'm surprised he hasn't got in on it. But actually, I quite like it. I quite like the fact that they've got the collars. I've always liked the football kits with the collars on. I like it. Nice.
I think with that cap that you've got on at the moment, and they look like polo shirts, don't they, Steve? I reckon Craig would look like he'd be ready to step on the golf course, looking very dapper like Tiger Woods or something like that. I don't know. It looks pretty different. I do like the design. I just don't like those buttons. It looks too much like a polo shirt for me. That's me. But other than that, they look pretty cool. They're not too bad. Nice kit. Yeah. All righty, Steve. What else is happening?
All right, so let's go into NPL Victoria now. St Albans Saints, they've enjoyed a new facility upgrade, as we've seen posted on the Football Out West Facebook page this week, and we'll just get an image of that on screen for you now, and you can see there it looks like it's a new parking facility, which was much needed there at the club, complete with LED lighting. So good work to everyone involved there, Brimbank City Council, and there you go, looking very splendid there. The facility at St Albans there with the car park and the 3 pitches looking in great nick, of course, as they would be. Yeah,
it looks fantastic, doesn't it? Especially now they've got the lights there as well. It looks very very plush. Well done to everybody at St Albans and Brimbank Council. Again, another club that's stepping up in the facilities area. So well done.
Yeah, fantastic. And they've done ever since they've got into the NPL. They've had a mini grandstand. They've erected, I think, new TV towers. Obviously, the work that they've done on the pitch in the off season, as well as that new car park. Yep, it's the Churchill Reserve is certainly starting to look a picture. Absolute splendid. Good on them. Well done. And we're moving along now to the first weekend of the EPL. There we go. And there's some of the results. We can go through some of those results, Steve.
Yeah, so the season kicked off with that match between Fulham and Arsenal, a 3-0 win in that London derby. Then the thriller, Liverpool and Leeds. Leeds coming back from behind 3 times to ultimately lose 4-3 in that battle of the Premier League champions and the Championship champions from last season. So a fantastic game there. Good to see the Foxes getting a 3-0 win over West Brom there. Wolves on the road as well at Sheffield enjoying a win 2-0. And Palace there also Saturday evening or the early hours of Sunday, they're getting the win over a lackluster Southampton 1-0. Newcastle, they surprised a few people perhaps, but their signings have been pretty impressive, including the likes of Callum Wilson up front. They're getting a 2-0 win over West Ham. And speaking of signings, Everton, they're looking pretty sharp at the moment, looking very slick, 1-0 over Tottenham. And also the other Big spender in the off-season, Chelsea 3-1 winners over an Aaron Moy-less Brighton, as he is now in China, scoring goals and getting hugged by Hulk on his 30th birthday.
Not the Incredible Hulk, surely.
Couldn't possibly be. Oh, well, early days yet, but I'm so sure Gunners fans will be very, very happy to see their club up on top, along with Leicester City, obviously. So, no doubt they're very good. Let's have a quick look at the fixtures coming up for round 2 this weekend, gents.
Yeah, that's right. So we've got Everton's at home to West Brom, and Man United will finally get to kick off the season after the two Manchester sides that didn't feature last week due to their European commitments. They'll play Crystal Palace. Southampton will meet Tottenham. Chelsea and Liverpool in an early season blockbuster there, you have to say. Aston Villa get their first match of the season at home to Sheffield United. Leeds will have a chance to get on the winners list for the first time for 16 years in the EPL when they play Fulham at Alland Road. Arsenal and West Ham will battle it out in a London derby. Newcastle will host Brighton. Leicester hosting Burnley, and Wolves will welcome Manchester City to the Molyneux.
Yeah, news on the street is George Blackwood's going to Manchester United. What do you reckon?
Well, they need a striker, perhaps. So let's watch this space.
Well, more breaking news. Brenton Ray, the Rayman, he says, breaking news, Stephen Curtin, Tonchi Prusak, Thiago Alcantara, pending personal terms being agreed. He's on his way to Liverpool. The defending Premier League champions have reportedly agreed a fee for the Spanish midfielder with Bayern Munich, a fee of around 30 million euros or 49 million Australian dollars, enough to pry Alcantara away, according to The Athletic. Man, the Rayman is incredible. The guy, he's I tell you, he is more reliable as a news source than Channel 7, Channel 9, Channel 10 put together. I tell you, the guy's incredible. Well done, Rayman. Absolutely fantastic stuff there. Any other rumours, gents?
Craig's got one.
No, Macclesfield Town I just want to touch on.
Yes.
I'm sure everybody's sort of has looked at or heard the story, but one of the oldest clubs in the UK has wound up with debts exceeding £500,000, which is very sad to see. And it's I'm sure everybody within in the UK are deeply saddened by seeing a football club go. But I'm sure, as we keep saying, it won't be the last. That's for sure.
Yeah. Tell us a bit about that club, because it's about 150 years old or something like that.
It's one of the oldest clubs in the UK. Just reading it here, and it says the decision to wind up the club comes just a month after Macclesfield were relegated from the English Football League at the end of the 2019 season. Players went on strike in November after failing to get paid, which resulted in the club fielding youth players in their FA Cup defeat by Kingstonian. While the Silkmen were deducted points on 3 separate occasions for issues relating to payment of salaries and failure to fulfil League 2 fixtures against Plymouth and Crewe. So obviously the creditors have gone in, and a winding up order's been put on them, and it's been adjourned until the 28th of October. But effectively they've gone, 1874.
Yeah, well, there's a photo there of. Yeah, there's a photo of former PFA chief executive and current North Geelong Warriors president and a resident, I guess, of Point Cook, John Diddlitzer, and he's put it up on his LinkedIn profile, and he says, "R.I.P. Macclesfield Town FC, and nearly 150 years of tradition after it was wound up today. I was fortunate enough to be a guest of the club when I was in Manchester for work. They were a non-league team, but the way that people spoke about their club and hosted their pre-match function demonstrated how much pride they had in their club. To think that over a century of such pride is no more." And really, really sad to see. A lot of those comments that are being placed in both John Diddlitz's thread and in other social media posts as well, a lot of people are saying this is just the start of things to expect, because with the post-COVID era, a lot of clubs right around not just Europe but around the world, and dare I say even here in Australia, are unlikely to see the other end. So if that is the start of a a negative trend. It really, really is a shame. Really sad to see, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, they're one of the oldest clubs, as I said, Tons. You know, they've done Notts County. Notts County started in 1862, and these were in 1874. So, you know, it's very sad to see that clubs like this go to the wall. But it's indicative of the climate that we're in, I suppose.
Yep, absolutely. Unfortunately,
just finally, guys, in the J League last night, all Australian battle: Yokohama versus Shimizu S-Pulse, Ange Postecoglou versus Peter Klimowski. Ange Postecoglou's side getting over a 10-man Shimizu S-Pulse by 3-0 in that game, which was in prime time for us last night. So it was nice to watch football at a hour that wasn't affecting my sleep patterns. Also, news just in as well. Brad Inman, at Brisbane Raw midfielder, is off to looks like he's off to Mohan Bagan in the Indian League. So yet another A-League player packing their bags for the subcontinent, which is a new phenomenon that we're experiencing across Australia at the moment.
Yeah. It's going to be the order of the day, I think. All right, gents, we'll let you step away from the microphone for the time being and get yourselves all ready for tonight's big bout. The game, the big one, between Gospic Bears and Barwon Soccer Club. It should be an absolute fantastic. It should be a doozy. Don't go away, folks. A couple of words from our sponsors, and then after that, it's match day 9 of the Hopheads Football IQ-Quiz. It's going to be a good one. Don't go away.
George's on Vista is the local bistro at Fraser Rise in Caroline Springs, situated at the George Cross Soccer Club at City Vista Reserve. With the current COVID-19 pandemic, we've adjusted our menu and our business times. You can now get takeaway Friday and Saturday nights between 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. You can phone your order through on 7021 0555 Friday and Saturday nights between those times, or you can pre-order your meals by emailing info@georgiesonvista.com.au. But orders must be received by 5 p.m. on the day required. Check out our full menu and weekly specials on our website, georgiesonvista.com.au. Get behind local business and order your next takeaway dinner from George's on Vista, 46 City Vista Court, Fraser Rise, in the heart of Caroline Springs.
The best beer store in the West, with 2 stores at Shop 2, number 13, Adelphi Boulevard, Point Cook, and 78 Pierce Street, Altona. Hopheads offers one of the widest selection of local and international craft beer in Victoria. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at HopheadsAU. Hopheads, we're here for beer.
All right, it's quiz time. It's quarterfinals time in the Hopheads Football IQ Quiz tonight. We're going to see Marko Butorac of the Gospic Bears against Jordan Fletcher-Blain of Barwon. Thank you to our sponsors, George's on Vista and Hopheads Point Cook and Altona. How exciting is this, guys? Launching into our first match where we've eliminated 8 players. Now we're down to the serious stuff now, and it's going to get pretty exciting, I think.
Yeah. Firstly, apologies to Craig there. I'm not sure what happened. We could hear very, very faintly that intro. Very good intro too, by the way. It just didn't come out loud enough for some reason. I'm not too sure, but hopefully we got the audio on your end all good.
Okay, can you hear me? Yep.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, yep. I think it was just when we were playing those little things, jingles. But, yeah, sorry about that. But, it should be fantastic. We're into the business end now. The big one, Gospic Bears, Barwon, both those 2 teams did exceptionally well in the opening round. And I guess if what we'll do is we'll straight away, first of all, put up the fixture, and then we can actually see. There we go. There's the pairings for the quarterfinals. Tonight, it's all about Gospic Bears, Barwon. The big one on Sunday, Craig, North Geelong Warriors taking on Sunbury United.
Yeah, that'll be a good one, that one. I'm looking forward to Anthony Banovich putting his testing against Joel Gretsch, who won last week against Barwon Soccer Club. So that'll be a really good contest, because both of them were quite. In fact, they were both very good in their respective matches. So big one, that one. It could be could be, Tonch, an all Croatian semi-final in the top half of the table there.
Well, one of our contestants tonight is he's very, very confident. He's hoping that the Bears will overcome Barwon Soccer Club, but Barwon Soccer Club will be doing everything in their power to thwart that. But North Geelong Warriors, should they get over Sunbury United, they'll either be all Croatian derby against Gospic Bears or an all Geelong derby against Barwon Soccer Club. So a lot of pressure on young Anthony Banavats on Sunday. But Sunbury United, they're going to be really, really hot. They'll be doing well. Match day 11 next Thursday, Steve. Brimbank Stallions against the St. Albans Saints. Oh, that should be a fantastic Western Suburbs derby, that one.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to that local derby there. And then we're going to finish off the quarterfinals with Burtoretz finest Sebastopol Vikings against another team from the west, the Yarraville Glory. That is match day 12. That will be on Sunday, the 12th of September. And then after that, we will move into the semi-finals. And I can't wait to get into the semis and the final itself.
Well, gentlemen, I'm going to leave you here, and I'm going to jump out the back and do all the little stuff that I normally do on the behind the scenes. But good luck for tonight. Good luck to Gospic Bears and to Barwon Soccer Club. We'll see you after round 10 tonight. Good night.
Good man. Good night.
All right, now Tonchi's off to go and do some cartwheels and backflips in the background now, and we've kept the guys waiting a long time, haven't we? So we'll get them on the air as soon as we can if Tonchi's ready to bring up our home team tonight from the Gospic Bears. Very popular figure. It is Mr. Marko Butorac. Good evening to you. Marko, how are you doing tonight?
Turn your mic on, Marko.
Sorry?
There we go. We've got him.
Now.
There we go. We'll just get you to start from the top there again, mate.
Feeling good, boys. Really enjoyed my time in the last round, beating good friend Tommy Gavran and the Melbourne Knights, David versus Goliath. It was
Who did you beat? Who did you beat, bud? Do you want to say it again?
Tommy Gavran.
Tommy
Gavran.
Tommy Gav, just in case.
Very good. Now, do you know anything about Jordan from Barwon at all? Have you done your homework on him? Like, what sort of formation do you think he'll play tonight?
Yeah, I've spoken to the boys down at Barwon, and they tell me Jordan's a pretty average footballer. So I'm hoping he's likewise in this quiz as well.
All right, well, we better give Jordan a righted reply and get him on the screen now. It's a very big football out west. Hopheads Football IQ-Quiz. Welcome to Jordan Fletcher-Blain from Barwon Soccer Club. Jordan, how are you doing tonight?
Good, mate. Thanks for having me, guys, again.
No problem at all. Looking forward
Very
to
good.
you.
Now,
Looking forward to you participating, mate. So what do you think to what Buddha had to say there about your footballing abilities, mate? Have you got anything to come back in with?
Oh, not too many arguments with that one in general. I'm hoping to pull off a bit of a Bradbury tonight. Having got through with 3 points, having looking at the fixture for the first round, saw a few boys knocked out scoring 7 or 8. So bit of a false sense of security created there. We'll see how we go from there. In terms of the footballing ability, hey, we won the league last year, and I played every game there, so that's something. But we'll go from there. We'll see how we go tonight.
Good lad. Straight into their heads. That's what we like to see, straight from the start. Steve, you with us?
Good stuff. Yeah. All right, now Craig prepared some. Hello. Hello. Craig's prepared some excellent questions for us tonight, and there's some slightly different themes and formats in there, including the final question again, as we saw in the last quiz night, where there is more than 1 point on or off when we get to round 10. So if you are a couple behind, you can make it up in that final round. So it's goes right down to the wire, and if we need it, we'll have a tiebreaker as well. Now, before I do the coin toss, Craig, do we need to just run through the rules again quickly for these guys?
Yeah, we can do, Steve. So, guys, the same as last time. It'll be 10 questions. Sorry, there seems to be a delay with yourself there, Steve. So 10 questions, all multiple choice. As Steve said, there will be a couple of questions where you can get a couple of points back. But also, guys, I've added something else in there that one or two of the questions I might pass the question over if you get it wrong to the opposite side to see whether they can steal a point off you. So just make sure you're keeping a close eye on the questions. As always, you get 10 seconds after the question is read to ask your to give us your answer, and of course it's your first answer that counts. Even though I'll try and get you to change your mind, it is your first answer. So that's it, I think, Steve. We're ready to go.
All right. Well, Let's go to the coin toss now. The all-important coin toss. And Jordan, you're the away team tonight. You're on the road, so I'll let you call heads or tails.
I'll go for tails.
Okay, and there we have a head. So, Marko, would you like to step up to the plate first, or would you like to send Jordan in?
I'll go with the winning formula. I'll send Jordan in.
Okay, so Jordan, you'll be firing first. You'll be getting the A set of questions. Marko will get the B set of questions, and we are good to go and get underway for question one, directed at Jordan from the Barwon Soccer Club.
Good luck, gents. Okay, Jordan, question number one for you. Who scored the first Premier League goal of the season in 2020? Shall I start again? Who scored the first English Premier League goal of the 2020 season? The 10 seconds starts now.
It wasn't the prettiest goal, that's for sure, but it was Lacazette that put it in the back of the net.
He's straight in there with no messing around with his answer today. Is he correct?
Confident.
Yeah. Is he correct? Was it Lacazette? It was. He scored in the 8th minute in Arsenal's weekend win over Fulham. Well done. Straight on the board. Nice, easy one to start us off with. They don't get any easier, let me tell you. Well done. Question number...
They do get easier, for me anyway.
Question number one for Buddha. Okay. Bud, who scored Leeds United's first Premier League goal in 16 years in the opening game lost to champions Liverpool at Anfield? Was it A, Patrick Bamford, B, Pablo Hernandez, C, Jack Harrison, or D, Helder Costa?
I watched the game, but I don't actually know. I know it was 4-3, but I don't actually know. This would be a bit of a guess. I'll take a stab at Jack, C.
You're going for Jack Harrison as your first answer. Is he correct? Yes, he is. It was Jack Harrison who opened the score. He actually opened the scoring with a shock 12th-minute goal against the defending champions. Harrison, who actually spent time at Liverpool Academy as a 7-year-old, but eventually opted for Manchester United, where he spent 7 years before heading over to the USA to play his football. So after one question each, it's 100%. That's promising, Steve.
It's a good start. And that Jack Harrison story, he actually used his bone density testing from Old Trafford to get him into the college system into America, from what I can understand. So interesting story there, an unusual path, and he's back in the EPL and scoring goals at Anfield last weekend. Yeah, so fantastic stuff.
And as Maxi Sanchez said there, if you've watched it, it was a cracking goal too. So good on him, and well done for Leeds for putting up a fantastic performance in their first game after 16 years. And I think they'll give some teams a bit of a worry this year, I think.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Question two for Jordan.
Okay, this is where they start to get hard, Jordan. So 8 players have worn the Tottenham Hotspur number 5 shirt during the Premier League era. Colin Calderwood in 1999 to 2001, Goran Burtoretz in 2001 to 2005, Edgar Davids 2005 to 7, Yunus Kabul 2007-8, David Bentley 2008-11, and currently it's Per Imal Hulberg who currently wears that shirt. But who wore it between 2012 and 2020? Was it A, Toby Alderweireld, B, Jan Vertonghen, C, Danny Rose, or D, Eric Lamela?
I'm very confident it's one of the 2 Belgian centre-halves. I think it was Jan Vertonghen.
Jan Vertonghen. Don't want to swap it now for the other one?
No thanks.
Definitely not?
Definitely not.
Yes, well done, mate. Great answer. He's straight in there. Vertonghen signed for the club from Dutch side Ajax on the 12th of July 2012 for a fee of 12 million. He departed on August the 14th, 2020, after making 350 appearances and scoring 12 goals for the North London club. So well done on getting your second question right. I thought these were difficult. Now we'll find out if...
There you go. He's now at Benfica now. Okay.
He has gone to Benfica, correct? And Tony Alderweireld and Jan Vertonghen both played with each other at Ajax as well. So they've been together for a long time.
All right. So we've got question 2 on the screen there for Marko.
Okay, Marco, who holds the record for managing the most Premier League clubs? Is it A, Sam Allardyce, B, Mark Hughes, C, Harry Redknapp, or D, Alan Pardew?
I'd say A or C, purely on their age. I think Sam Allardyce is actually older, but Harry Redknapp kind of sticks out for me, only because I know him through many football days. So I'll stick with C, Harry Redknapp.
You're going to go with C, Harry Redknapp, based on age. Is that right?
Well, I think Sam Allardyce is older, but I think if it's most games, Harry's probably been most consistent over a period.
Over the period. Okay, so he's given an answer of C. Is he correct? No, he's not. It was Sam Allardyce. 7 clubs. Bolton Wanderers, West Ham United, Blackburn Rovers, Sunderland, Everton, Newcastle, and Crystal Palace.
I wonder what the average...
Harry Redknapp had 6.
Sorry. Yeah, I wonder what the average time spent at each of those clubs for Big Sam would be. Probably not long. Well,
most of them would have been when they were in relegation form, I would have thought, because he never manages somebody in the top, does he? He's probably, if you look at the clubs there, West Ham would have been down the bottom, Blackburn would have been down the bottom, Sunderland definitely would have been down the bottom, Everton probably, always finished 7th, Newcastle, bottom, Crystal Palace. So he's never been in that top echelons of the Premier League. So
that's right. The only one that was
2 months.
Sorry.
He coached the national team, the English national team, for about 2 months, didn't he?
Yeah, they found him out very quick, didn't they?
2 months again. That's quite on point for that amount of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the only one was Bolton, where he lasted a little while, where they were winning and playing well for a while. Okay, well, we go on to question 3 now for Jordan.
Okay, Jordan. In 2014, State League One side South Springvale became the first Victorian team to qualify for the inaugural FFA Cup round of 32, having beat which team 3-0 in the Doherty Cup final at Olympic Village? Was it A, Hume City, B, Heidelberg United, C, Bentley Greens, or D, South Melbourne?
Well, I'll have a stab at D. I'll say South Melbourne.
You're going to go for D, South Melbourne. Unfortunately, it's not. It was Hume City. They drew Cardiff in the round of 32, winning on penalties after coming from behind twice. They eventually went out in the next round after losing 1-0 to Gold Coast. So, unfortunately, the wrong answer there for, I believe that's your first question wrong, isn't it? So, the 100% record has gone, and an opportunity now for Butter to get the scores level.
Cracks are showing at Barwon.
Sorry, mate.
They're falling apart, Barwon.
Well, already early days. Yeah.
Wheels are falling off.
Hey, Joe, talking a good game here, mate. You've got some work to do. In 2016, NPL club Green Gully became the second lowest tier club to defeat an A-League opponent in the FFA Cup. Who did they beat? A, Central Coast Mariners, B, Western Sydney Wanderers, C, Newcastle Jets, or D, Adelaide United?
It was A, Central Coast Mariners, and I think Boland scored from the halfway line in that game down at Green Gully Reserve.
Yeah, that's almost worth a bonus point there, I think, for that.
Is he correct? Yes, he is. They beat Mariners 2-1, as you rightly said, at Green Gully Reserve in the round of 32. They were joined by Adelaide City in achieving this feat, who themselves beat Western Sydney Wanderers 1-0 in 2014. So great answer there from Butter, and it brings us the scores level with 2-2 after 3 questions each, Steve.
I just have to say, if there is one true Maltese club, it's not Green Gully. It's definitely...
That's right. So...
Steve, over to you. I think you're freezing.
Almost there, but just cross a... Yeah. Yeah, I think as mentioned in the comments before, Boss Antonio, something wrong with the internet in Geelong West tonight. So apologies if there's any problems at this end. We'll do our best to keep things going there. At this point, we do have a quick chat now. Marko, you did well last time. Your banter game was strong. What are you trying to bring differently in tonight?
Differently, new opponent. Jordan, we don't know a lot about each other, but I'm looking forward to a good battle. Obviously, it's nice to have the Premier League back as well. So, been watching a bit of football on TV, a bit of the J League and everything that Optus Sports has to offer. So, just trying to catch up on some football, and I watched the highlights of that Liverpool Leeds game. So I'm glad I got that question right. I'm looking forward to hopefully going all the way to the final, to be honest.
There we go.
Okay, now let's go over to Jordan there. Jordan, have you been watching a lot of football since the resumptions post-COVID and that sort of thing from around the world? And what sort of teams do you follow?
Absolutely, especially the Premier League back. Optus Sport is pretty awesome to have all that sort of stuff. So, big Chelsea fan. So, caught up on the game from Tuesday. Looking forward to a big one overnight Sunday. Big chance to define the season, I guess, with some big new signings and stuff. So, hopefully, can make a mark there. But yeah, just taking in what we can. For sure, it's good. It feels like it hasn't really gone away. About 5 weeks on from an FA Cup final, so it's a good time to be watching football, even if there's no crowds. And it is a bit different. We've got the options there, which is awesome.
I think I'll jump in there because it looks as if Steve is definitely
all right, very
frozen.
good. Well, speaking of awesome, both doing very well so far in the hop. Oh.
Steve hasn't paid his NBN games this month.
No, clearly something going on down in Geelong there. So, all right, we'll get back into the quiz, and Steve can join us at some point when he's
working now.
I think he probably needs to cut off and come back on again. I think, Steve, if you can hear us, mate, and we'll see how we get on with question number 4 for Jordan, isn't it? Jordan, question number 4. Which city is home to the first Canadian MLS team? Was it A, Montreal, B, Toronto, C, Vancouver, and D, Calgary? So somebody did say we're not playing any sounds, but I'm not sure whether that wasn't working either. But let's see if this works this time. Let us know if you can hear them, guys.
I'm gonna go ahead and go for Toronto. I think the Whitecaps came in a little bit later, same as the Impact. I think Toronto were around a little bit longer.
Okay, so your 10 seconds. Did you hear the 10 seconds buzzer?
No, it might have lagged out there.
Okay,
I may have taken too long explaining it.
Right.
But
So
B was the answer. Sorry, I haven't heard any sound effects.
Yeah, okay. B was your answer, and you are correct with that. Currently, there are 3 MLS teams located in Canada. Toronto first in 2007. Then Vancouver, as you quite rightly said, were awarded it in 2009 and began to play in the 2011 season. Finally, Montreal in 2010, who began to play in the 2012 season. So a good answer there for Jordan. As we go over to question 4 for Gospic Bears. Keeping on the MLS front, Newcastle Jets head coach Carl Robinson spent 5 years coaching at which MLS side? Was it A, New York Red Bulls, B, Vancouver Whitecaps, C, Houston Dynamo, or C, FC Dallas?
I remember seeing this in the news or on socials recently. I think it was a team in green. I'm going to say Vancouver Whitecaps.
You're going to say Vancouver Whitecaps is correct. He Welsh international manager, 199 games for Vancouver Whitecaps over a 5-year period, winning 78, drawing 49 and losing 72 with a 39.20 win rate. He took over at the Jets in February, took them on an impressive run, played 7 games, won 4, drawn 1 and lost 2, and probably the best side in the league towards the end of the season. So a good point there for Gospic Bears. Is Steve back with us, or has he gone totally?
Hello.
He's back.
Hello. Yes, it's good to be here for the Hopheads Football IQ-Quiz. And I think I'm on correct synchronization now. It was good before when I was chatting. I felt like a foreign correspondent because the guys had to wait about a 6-second delay after I spoke. So that was, at least we can't travel, but I felt like I was overseas. Okay, well, the guys are doing well. We're locked at 3. What are we at? 3-3 now. So we'll let you move on to this next question.
Okay, question number 5. Picture quiz. Can you name the footballer by the countries they've played in? So you've got A, Nicholas Anelka, B, Patrick Vieira, C, Thierry Henry, and D, Claude Makelele.
I'm going to lock in B, Patrick Vieira.
You're going to knock in B, Patrick Vieira.
Jeez, Jordan's very confident on this one.
Oh, yeah, straight in there. What's your reason for that, Geordie?
We're missing a few countries across the other 3. Henry, of course, MLS. Makelele missing a few, and Nelka's I think he's played in Turkey and stuff. So missing a flag there as well.
Missing a flag. He's very observant, and it's a great answer, and he's correct. Well done. It was Patrick Vieira. He played for Caen in France, Milan, Arsenal, Juventus, Inter Milan, Manchester City. I've missed an. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Caen, Milan, Arsenal, Juventus, Inter Milan, and Manchester City. So a great point there for Jordan.
So there you go. 4 out of 5 for Jordan, and it's time for Marko to see if he can reply with a quick reply.
Okay, same question for you. Different answers. Can you name the footballer by the countries they played in? Moussa Dembele, Yaya Toure, Papa Cisse, or Michael Essien?
Not Toure, not Dembele. Maybe Marko Essien as a bit of a journeyman. Actually, that'll include Australia as well. So we'll say Papa Cisse. C.
Papa Cisse is your answer. Okay, now I'm going to see if these work. So I'm not sure whether they do or not, but we'll try it. Is he correct?
No.
It was Yaya Toure is the answer. He played in Belgium. He played for Beveren in Belgium. He played for Donetsk in Ukraine, Olympiacos in Greece, Monaco, France, Barcelona in Spain, Man City in England, of course, Olympiacos in Greece, and then he played for Huanghai in China. They're his clubs that he's played for. Steve, over to you.
All right, well, we're at half-time now in the first quarterfinal in the Hopheads Football IQ Quiz. We've got Jordan Fletcher-Blain. He is on 4 points. Marko from the Gospic Bears, he is on 3 points. And we are going to now throw to a quick commercial break, a short word from our sponsors.
George's on Vista is the local bistro at Fraser Rise in Caroline Springs, situated at the George Cross Soccer Club at City Vista Reserve. With the current COVID-19 pandemic, we've adjusted our menu and our business times. You can now get takeaway Friday and Saturday nights between 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. You can phone your order through on 7021 0555 Friday and Saturday nights between those times, or you can pre-order your meals by emailing info@georgiesonvista.com.au. But orders must be received by 5 p.m. on the day required. Check out our full menu and weekly specials on our website, georgiesonvista.com.au. Get behind local business and order your next takeaway dinner from George's on Vista, 46 City Vista Court, Fraser Rise, in the heart of Caroline Springs.
The best beer store in the West, with 2 stores at Shop 2, number 13, Adelphi Boulevard, Point Cook, and 78 Pierce Street, Altona. Hopheads offers one of the widest selection of local and international craft beer in Victoria. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at HopheadsAU. Hopheads, we're here for beer.
And we're back on the Hopheads Football IQ Quiz there, and thank you to our sponsors, Georgie's on Vista and also Hopheads. If you haven't checked out their online store yet, you can grab something on there delivered to your door Australia-wide, including the Ogden Nash's Pash Rash. So get some of that delivered to your door, and we're going to move on now with the scores at 4-3 in the favour of Barwon Soccer Club over Gospic Bears. It is time for question 6 for Jordan to see if he can extend his lead over Marko Butorac here with a Who Am I question.
Okay, Jordan, we're back. So I was born and raised in Leicester, but that's not where I made my name. For 5 points, can you tell us who he is?
I'll say Harry Kane.
Harry Kane. Okay. Next question, please, Tonch. A defender. I played in the National Soccer League in a team known as the Great Survivors. For 3 points. Can you tell me who it is?
It's a toughie. We'll say Kevin Muscat.
Kevin Muscat. Okay. Question number 3, please, Tonch. I am better known in the coaching circles, having coached at a number of teams, including Altona Magic, Altona Phoenix, and George Cross during my early years. For 2 points. Who am I?
Would even go further. Like maybe Rally Rassick.
Rally Rassick. For 1 point. Can we get the last question up, please, Tonch? And remember, this gives you the answers. I won the first national title and the club's first league championship since 2006. Who am I? Is it A, Andrew Marth, B, Chris Taylor, C, John Anastasiadis, or D, Arthur Pappas? Your 10-second start now.
I'll go for B. I'll go for Chris Taylor.
You're gonna go with Chris Taylor. Is he correct, Buddha?
I think so. I think all the others are definitely born in Melbourne or Australia at least.
Okay, is he correct? Yes, he is. Chris Taylor is the correct answer. He was born in Leicester and came to here in the early years. And George Cross were known as the Great Survivors due to their numerous close brushes with relegation. He won the league with South Melbourne back in that NPL title that he won there in the question. So Chris Taylor was the answer.
There you go. Well, well done to Jordan there. Now it's time to see if Marko can reply. Of course, there is up to 5 points on offer with these questions. So over to you now, Marko, to show us your stuff.
Okay, Marko, I'm an ex-Socceroo who played at the Barcelona Olympics in 1992. 5 points. Who am I?
Oh, 92. Is that too early for Ned Zelic? I'll say Ned Zelic as a guess.
Ned Zelic, okay. That's his guess for 5 points. Question number 2, please, Tonch. I played for several NSL teams, including George Cross, Canberra Cosmos, and Carlton Soccer Club. For 3 points, who am I?
John Markovsky.
John Markovsky. For 3 points. Can we go down to question number 3, please, Tonchi? I made my debut at the age of 15, coming on as a second-half substitute for Sunshine George Cross. For 2 points, who am I?
Kevin Muscat. I know Kevin kind of started his career at George Cross, so that's the only reason why I'm thinking.
Okay. For 1 point, known as Jonesy, I played for 8 clubs in 4 states and scored 1 international goals, but should have played many, many more. Is it A, John Markovsky, B, Paul Trimboli, C, Gary Hessler, or D, Steve Horvat? And we'll save you the pain, mate, because you actually already said the answer.
John Markovsky.
I'm going to stick with John Markovsky, and that is the correct answer. Well done.
Big Jonesy, he obviously was a figure down at Melbourne Knights for many years. And then I remember he went down to Canberra Cosmos, and he was probably about 130 kilos there. So definitely wasn't at his fittest or his finest, but still was one of the most talented players ever to grace our nation.
Yeah, I've heard that from many people, and yes, a lot of people have said that he could have done a lot more with his football than he did. So, but you're correct, Steve. That's a big 2-pointer there for Gospic Bears, and takes some.
Actually 3.
Yeah. 3 points. You're right. Sorry, 3 points.
Trying to screw me a point.
So that takes it to 6-5 in favour of Gospic then, if I'm correct.
Yeah, and Michael
three.
got that wrong. He said Ned Zelic as well. So he got that one wrong, but correct, it was John Markowski. So well done, Buddy, on getting that question right. Over to question number 7 for Barwon Soccer Club. Okay, we're back into the picture quiz. Can you name the footballer by the countries they played in? Is it Adrian? B. Mikel Arteta? C. Oriol Romeu? D. Cesc Fabregas? Your 10 seconds start now.
I'm going to go ahead with Adrian. I know it's not Romeo. I know it's not Fabregas. I'm just going to assume Arteta didn't have a stint in Scotland.
So do you know what the clubs, the flags are?
I certainly know that Adrian had a stint at Liverpool at the end, which would explain West Ham backing into Liverpool. Not too familiar on his early career, so I'll go off that.
Okay, so he's locking in A. Adrian, is he correct? No, he's not. It was Mikel Arteta, Spain. He played for Barcelona, both B and C. He played for Paris Saint-Germain in France. He played for Rangers in Scotland. He played for Real Sociedad in Spain. And then he played for Everton and, of course, Arsenal, where he finished. So the answer was Mikel Arteta.
All right, well, back over to Marko to try and extend his lead now.
Yeah, Bud, would you have got that?
I would have gone for Arteta. I was only thinking the Everton Arsenal link. That was the only thing I was going on. So
okay,
shame I didn't get an opportunity at that one.
Let's see if you can get this one right. Exactly the same. Can you name the player from the countries I played in? Is it A. Gervinho, B. Mikel Essien, C. Robert Perez, or D. Samir Nasri? Your 10-second start now.
Do you mind confirming what that last flag is, or who that last flag is?
You can tell me. I'm the quiz master. You're the coach. You want me to tell you the answer as well?
Oh, jeez.
So, do you know what the flags we've got?
Chuck us a steal this way. I'll take it.
Yeah, well, yeah. So we've got a France, an England, Spain, Italy, Greece.
Yep.
And then 2 at the end.
Indonesia, and then Azerbaijan as the last.
That's you.
I'll say A.
You're locking in A. Gervinho. Is he correct? We'll ask Jordan, shall we?
It's actually Michael Essien, Chelsea legend.
It is Michael Essien. You're correct. He played for Bastia and Lyon in France. He played for Chelsea, and then he went out on loan to Real Madrid. He then moved to Italy with Milan, Panathinaikos in Greece. He then played for Badung in Java in the Indonesian league and Sabel in Azerbaijan. He finished off his career. So the answer was Michael Essien, but you don't get a point for that, unfortunately, but you will on the next one if you get it right.
All right, back over to Jordan of Barwon to get this one to level up.
Okay, question number 8, picture quiz. Which football club has this as its logo? Is it A, Espanyol, B, Deportivo de la Coruña, C, Villarreal, or D, Real Betis?
We're looking B, Deportivo. One of the Barwon Soccer Club regulars, Jack Plunkett, just became a dad last week, so congrats to him. He's a big Deportivo fan.
Sorry, do you want to just say that again? What was his name? Jack?
Jack Plunkett.
Jack Plunkett. Congratulations on your newborn. Let's see if he's got the question right. Has he got it right? He's nailed it. The Spanish team has finished in the top half of the top division for the majority of the past 2 decades. This team typically overreaches its expectations. In 2000, they became the first team from the second smallest city to ever win the Spanish league title. So a great answer there from Jordan, and he gets the scores back to 6-all.
I wonder how many Deportivo La Coruña fans there are getting around in Geelong.
I'd say he'd be one of the only, certainly the only without a Spanish background, I would think.
Yes, good answer. Okay, over to Marko now to see if he can get his score onto 7, as currently tied at 6-all.
Okay, Marko, which football club has this as its logo? Is it A, AS Roma, B. Genoa, C. Fiorentina, or D. Brescia?
I'll lock in C, Fiorentina.
Straight in there for Fiorentina.
And one of the most beautiful jerseys in the early 90s or even late 90s.
The old purple kit. It's a fantastic kit. Looks really nice. Is he correct?
Oh, I say! Brilliant!
He is absolutely spot on. The logo started out as just the red fleur-de-lis, the emblem of the city of Florence. Is slowly morphed into what it is today, gaining the kite shape in the 1960s and adding the team colour violet, not purple as I just said, in the 1970s. So a great answer there for Marko and the Gospic Bears, and he takes a 1-point lead with just 2 questions to go each. But remember, question number 10 is an opportunity to get more points. So this round, we will give you the opportunity, if you don't get it right, to pass it over to get that extra point. So question number 9, over to Jordan to start with. Which Western Suburbs team play their home matches at Dwayne Reserve? Is it A, West Point? Is it B, Balmoral? Is it C, Altona North? Or is it D, Westside Strikers?
I'll go for B for Balmoral.
You're going to lock in B for Balmoral. Big question. Is he going to be right?
No.
So he's not right, according to Homer. Goes over to Marko and the Gospic Bears for 1 point. Marko.
I've played at Altona and Western Strikers, so the name isn't familiar. So process of elimination, I'm just going to take a guess at A, West Point. I don't even know where West Point is.
You're going to take aim at West Point. Is he correct for 1 point? You should have taken more care when you went to Altona, mate. It's Altona North is the answer to that question. So an opportunity to get back to level points for it's actually it's Gospic Bears question, isn't it? Sorry.
Yep.
Oh, yep. Keep your ears peeled, Jordan. You could be coming over to you. Which Western Suburbs team play the home games at J.H. Allen Reserve? Is it A, Essendon United, B, Western Eagles, C, Williamstown, or D, Westvale? Your 10-second start now.
J.H. Allen Reserve. Is it Essendon United? Essendon United. Taking a bit of a punt.
Essendon United. Is he locking that in? Yep.
Yeah, I think either between Essendon and Williamstown, kind of. I'll stick with Essendon.
Is he correct? He certainly is. Essendon United were incepted in 2005. They currently compete in Men's State League 3 Northwest. Their current ground, J.H. Allen Reserve, being located at Keilor East. So another point there for Gospic Bears, and they take a 2-point lead going into the very last round. But there's 3 points up for grabs on this question. Actually, there's 4 points up for grabs on this question. So,
yep, so it's still wide open here.
Each of the players below, and you get 1 correct point for each answer. Jordan?
Alrighty. The first one I would say is Wayne Rooney. It's pretty distinctive.
Yep.
I'll go with Carlos Tevez for C.
C. Carlos Tevez.
Oh, geez. The other 2 are tougher, I reckon.
Jordan, I think the second one's actually me. The second one.
I'm trying to think. Is maybe Zeljko Kalac for D. It looks pretty lanky. And we'll go Kevin Musker for the second one. Not sure why. Obviously, a lot more hair than he has had for a while, but worth a punt.
All right. So, question number A is correct. Wayne Rooney. B is Cristiano Ronaldo. C is Carlos Tevez. And the lanky guy is Lionel Messi.
He looks like his hair when he came through the academy next to Ronaldinho.
Have a good look at him. It does look like a young Lionel Messi. So you get 2 points, and at this stage you're drawing level with Gospic Bears. However, Marko, you've got 4 questions to come. You just need 1 point to make it through to the semi-finals.
Tell you what, that's a pretty decent little five-a-side yourself in that last group.
Absolutely. Can you name each of the players below for 1 point each?
I don't know any of them.
No, you're either being very clever and leading Jordan into a false sense of security here.
Generally, the second one, the blue and the black stripes, look British. Maybe Frank Lampard. Maybe first one. Is it Beckham-esque? Beckham, Lampard, kid with the afro. He looks cool. And the last one, I couldn't even take a guess at the last one. Third one, I'll go Drogba. And the fourth one, it's a tough picture. I'll go South American, maybe. Beckham, Lampard, Drogba, and no, I'm taking a guess, Cavani.
Edison Cavani. Okay, we'll start off at question D. He's definitely not South American. He's actually English, and it's Theo Walcott.
Oh, it's a lovely photo.
Is Emil Heskey.
Oh, Heskey.
You can see it, can't you, now you look at it?
No. B.
Lampard and Beckham. Beautiful.
And A is David Beckham. So well done to Gospic Bears there, who got their 1 point. In fact, they got 2 to take them to 10 points. And are the first team through to the semi-final, Steve?
Yeah, that's right. So congratulations to Marko of the Gospic Bears. He goes through to the first semi-final. That match is in a couple of weeks on Thursday, the 1st of October, and you'll face the winner of the match that we've got coming up this Sunday. So congrats again, Marko. Well done, and also commiserations to Jordan Fletcher-Blain. But you were a fantastic sport, and you answered some questions very well tonight, and weren't far away at all as well. So the Geelong region well represented by yourself tonight, Jordan. So very well done to you as well.
Thanks for having me, guys. I almost tripled my score from last time, so I'll take that and run and take momentum into the next club trivia night, hopefully.
No, well done, Jordan. Great effort from you, mate. There's some tricky questions in there, and thanks for being involved, and thanks, Barwon, for being involved in the quiz, and wish you all the best for 2021.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks, Jordan. All the best.
Okay, so there's the score there. Just to confirm that full time here in the first quarterfinal. Gospic Bears 10, Barwon 8. A high-scoring classic, you might say there. So well done. And Marko, again, congratulations to you. The Gospic Bears are looking good again in the banter stakes and in the knowledge stakes as well into the semi-finals. Anyone you want to thank for your after your win tonight?
First of all, Jordan did great. I honestly thought I was going to lose. He was really sharp with a lot of his answers, and he knew a lot of stuff. It was just unfortunate, I think. Just got a couple over him. Well done to Jordan. He played a really great game. Big shout out to our regulars, Michael and Maxi Santich and everyone else, and who absolutely love this show. It's great to follow the commentary as well. If I do make the final, I'd love to invite the boys to my house, and they can sit behind me in the back.
Well, with the other 14 you got there now, you mean?
Yeah.
Well done, Budo. Congratulations. Gospic Bears is the first club to make it through to the quarterfinals. So well done on that. And particularly, once again, really enjoyed the banter today. A lot of friendly banter, a bit of friendly fire right at the start of proceedings, but kept us all entertained. So thank you for that as well.
No, pleasure. It was fun. Thanks, gentlemen. Be back in a few minutes. Hopefully North Geelong get through to the semi.
Well, that's the next game coming up this Sunday. We will see Anthony Banovac, as we said earlier on, the senior player down at North Geelong, taking on a senior player from Sunbury United, Joel Gretsch, and what will be another great game. So there's definitely a Croatian derby on the cards, but I'm sure Joel will be looking to upset Anthony Banovac, who had 9 out of 10 questions correct in the last round, I believe.
That's correct.
Yep.
Yeah, so it should be very, very interesting. Do tune in for that. But once again, Marko, all the very best. Thank you very much, and congratulations, first club to get through to the quarterfinals. Wish you all the very best, and look forward to seeing you in the semis.
Thanks, gentlemen. Thanks for tonight. See you soon.
Good lad. Thanks, Marko.
Good on you. And that was Marko Butorac from the Gospic Bears. And there we go, gents. We'll put those fixtures up again very, very quickly so we can go through that. There we go. Gospic Bears, tonight's winners over Barwon. Jordan did very, very well, though. 10-8. Great score. If it wasn't for those multiple choice ones, I reckon Steve would probably be in the tie break, wouldn't we?
Yeah, well, certainly Marko made the most of his who am I and getting the 3 points there, and that was the decisive moment of the night. If I was to break it down in a tactical analysis.
Yeah,
and the game we had the other week where somebody got it on 4 points, if you remember. I can't remember who that was, and that's the game changer if you can get one of those questions right. And they're not easy, but if you can get one of those who am I's right for big points, it sets you up nicely. So you did well on getting that correct.
Absolutely. Sunday night, folks. It's the big one. North Geelong Warriors taking on Sunbury United. Joel Gretsch representing Sunbury United. Anthony Banovac representing North Geelong Warriors. Should be a great one at 7 o'clock here on both the Football Out West News Facebook page and the Geelong Region Soccer News Facebook page. Next Thursday night, it's match day 11. Brimbank Stallions taking on Maxi Santich's St Albans Saints. Maxi won't be the representative for St Albans Saints. I think it'll be his name Jordan Wilk.
Jordan Wilk, yep.
And then and Craig, the one that started it off, and they've had to wait right to the very end. Sebastopol Vikings. They've really had a long drinks break. They will be taking on Yarraville Glory on Sunday, the 27th of September, in the final game of the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I saw Michael was on screen earlier on, listening and watching. So he's obviously keeping up to date with what's going on. So that'll be he's had to wait a long time for his game, hasn't he?
Oh, hasn't he? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Gents, it's been an absolute pleasure tonight. You guys have done exceptionally well. To everyone that's tuned into the show as well, we'll see you guys back on Sunday night.
Yeah, great job, guys. Well done again, and thanks to everybody for joining us in the comment section. Have a safe few days, and we'll see you all on Sunday.
We will. And before we do go, I just remembered we do a quick shout out to Michael Ong. We do take the mickey out of him from time to time, but he has helped us out with compiling questions for one of the quarterfinal ties. We won't say which one, but it is coming up very, very shortly. So thank you to Michael. Much appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a good lad, and he's certainly put some questions together, which we'll be sharing with everybody on the weekend.
Absolutely.
All right, guys.
All right.
Yeah. Speak to you soon.
Good night. And thank you very much for once again joining us here on the Football Out West Show, episode 42. We look forward to your company on Sunday night for the Football Fan Zone at 7 p.m. Good night.
George's on Vista is the local bistro at Fraser Rise in Caroline Springs, situated at the George Cross Soccer Club at City Vista Reserve. With the current COVID-19 pandemic, we've adjusted our menu and our business times. You can now get takeaway Friday and Saturday nights between 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. You can phone your order through on 7021 0555 Friday and Saturday nights between those times, or you can pre-order your meals by emailing info@georgiesonvista.com.au. But orders must be received by 5 p.m. on the day required.